Oh my god. Ever since I've messed up my throat a few days ago, which is feeling a lot better now, and just via a sneeze, in case you're wondering, I've forgotten how to sneeze because I have PTSD from Welcome back, everyone, to the channel. I hope that you are having a wonderful one out there. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry I'm a little bit stuffy. I just sneezed, but like I said, I've messed up how to do it. Anyways, it's stupid. Today, we're listening to R.E.M. We're going to listen to the track The Flowers of Guatemala. This is off of their 1986 album, Life's Rich Pageant, their fourth studio album. We're listening to this track because it was suggested and sponsored by Will. Will, thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the recommendation as well. R.E.M., we covered Night Swimming years ago from the band, but they're not a band that I'm familiar with. I do have their album, if I remember correctly, it's Murmur, on my wish list as an album to get to eventually and to listen to, which obviously has not happened yet. So therefore, I'm still relatively unfamiliar with most of their material. So let us go ahead and introduce ourselves into this particular track. Speaking of Guatemala, you know what? While you're here, let's learn some fun facts about Guatemala. Just a little bit. Listen, I hope that when people come here, you come here for a good time, relax a little bit. Not just, I want to see what this guy thinks of this song. So he likes it, great. He doesn't like it, get out of here. No, let's spend a little time together. There are over 30 volcanoes in Guatemala. The first ever chocolate bar was created in Guatemala. Tikal National Park is the first mixed cultural and natural UNESCO World Heritage Site. Listen, Spanish isn't the only language to be spoken. 21 different dialects of the Maya people. Let's see. Has the deepest lake in Central America. It's the most populous country in Central America. And it touches 2 vast bodies of water. Listen, there you go. Some quick fun facts about Guatemala. Let's go ahead and listen to the song. We'll discuss it a little bit after. Here we go.
People here are friendly and content. People here are colorful and bright. The flowers often bloom at night. Amanita is the name. The flowers cover everything. The flowers cover everything.
I like how the space and the rhythm the drum creates.
There's something here I find
And the humble melodies and harmonies.
There's something that I've never seen before. Amanita is the name they cover over everything. Flowers cover everything. They cover over everything.
Like that echoing background.
Flowers cover
This is a song of calm wanderlust. I really do believe that, like, there's a place for everybody, in the sense of, there's a place in the world for everyone that, like, is your place, like, that you feel a connection to. It may not be where you currently are, but I do think that everyone has a place. I know for myself, like, when we went to Switzerland, like, I felt immediately connected. I know that I connect a lot with mountains, and me being in Florida, don't have that. So I'm not quite in that place, but mountains are just, like, gorgeous to me. And, like, any place with that kind of terrain, it just attracts my, for lack of a better word, like, my soul. Like, it just feels like there's a connection, a deep connection for myself. And here the band, or at least, the singer, or at least whoever wrote the track, is clearly in love and smitten with Guatemala, with the people, the culture, the colors, I would assume the scenery, and different things like that. So I like to hear a song like that where you can tell that someone is just infatuated with a place, a country, a culture, something like that, and they really pay homage to that and an ode to it with song, obviously, as we cover here. Clearly, with Guatemala. And I just really like the music and how it's, like, so calmly collected, but, like I said, infatuated with it. Like, I think that comes across really nicely in the music itself. Michael Stipe on the vocals with harmonies from others in the group as well. And it's just kind of that held over, like the power held over you when you're just so in love with the place, or like I said, just down bad for somewhere. And I think the music really nicely catches that. It's gentle, it's moody, but not in, I guess, what you would typically think of, like, moody with, like, a depression, like a cloud over your head. Not like that kind of moody. You're in a mood of allure. You're just in a mood of wow, of wonder, and, like I said, of wanderlust. And I think that that's really captured nicely. The little bits of keys, little cute synth at the very end is nice. You get a little bit of a solo. Sorry, there's a cat that just walked in front of me. You get a little bit of a solo, as well as the music blossoms and blooms up from those flowers, which is really nice. A nice little break there. And what I really liked are those harmony vocals during the verse. I don't know who's doing, whether it's Bill Burry on drums or Mike Mills on bass, but they're both credited with vocals as well. And I like the little ooh, like in the chorus, and occasionally in the verse. This is a very humble kind of trip. That's what I felt. There's nothing grand or epic or heavily rocking or anything. This is just a humble ode to a place that they love. And I think they capture that very nicely. I've took a picture that I'll have to send. People here are friendly and content. People here are colorful and bright. The flowers often bloom at night. Amanita is the name. The flowers cover everything. The flowers cover everything. Now, we'll click on it or we'll look it up, but I would imagine Amanita is either the name of these particular flowers, or maybe it's representative of something that's like a flower. There's something here I find hard to ignore. There's something I've never seen before. Amanita is the name. They cover over everything. Look into the sun. Don't look into the sun. The flowers cover everything. There's something I've never seen before. The flowers often bloom at night. Amanita is the name. They cover over everything. Now, before I dive in and dig deeper into this, when I see, like, once again, lyrics like, there's something I've never seen before. The flowers often bloom at night. I view that not just, although very well could be, I view that not just as being the flowers physically bloom at night, but perhaps if you were to take that into a metaphorical sense, in the darkest times, there's still those bright, beautiful colors. There's still a hope. There's still flowers blossoming at night, even though in those darkest times. So that's kind of how I also read that or look at that. But let's actually look it up. Let's click on this here. Amanita muscaria is the flowering hallucinogenic mushroom. Okay, anthropologists believe that it was used by ancient stone cultures in the Guatemalan highlands as early as 1000 BC. All right, so is that what covers over everything then? The flowers refer to the flowering mushroom. All things considered, the flowers. All right, so all things, the flowers covering everything describes Amanita flowering on the graves of those killed by Guatemalan death squads. I am so off. Is that actually? Let's click on this. According to A Crawl from the South by Marcus Gray, Peter Buck said after the album release, 40 people a week disappear in Guatemala. Why? Where do they go? Why do we support that? The song, doesn't mention political oppression or the death squads, but I think it gets across. I couldn't have been more off. So it may get across to many others, but it did not get across to me. Guatemalan regimes responsible for human rights violations were covertly supported by the U.S., starting with Eisenhower. It is unknown whether any band members spent time in Guatemala, whether on tour or vacation. I am so... I was way off in what I thought. Okay. I couldn't have been more off, actually, than I was. But that's why that's why I like to come to my own conclusion first. What do I think this song means? How do I interpret it? Because sometimes it's going to be over here. And then what did the band or the artist actually mean? Sometimes that can be over here. Sometimes we line up. Sometimes not even a Venn diagram of a circle happening, as was the case here. Thank you so much, Will, for the recommendation and for the suggestion. Let me know what you guys thought of it, of course, in the comments down below. I hope that you enjoyed your time here. I hope you enjoyed the music. Come back tomorrow. Thank you, as always, for being here, and I will see you all later. Bye.